83% of consumers say that they will not do business with a brand that they don't trust. Personalized experiences have a higher conversion rate to sales by a significant portion. Why? Because personalized experiences are what yield more sales. 87 billion more sales. The more personalized, the more you're gonna sell. You want profit? You gotta do this. You gotta figure out how to build trust, build consumer confidence. Today, we're gonna talk about how to create consumer confidence. And I'm gonna take you on a little bit of a journey here because I wanna explore exactly how to use digital and in real life tools in order to create that consumer confidence. But before we go down that road, I want to examine why it's so important. Some things are super obvious, but the reason that it's so important to me and that I want you guys to grasp and embrace today, we're going to talk about that first, okay? 83% of consumers say that they will not do business with a brand that they don't trust. 83%. So we have to make sure that consumers trust us, right? And we used to be able to do that over the counter all the time. But now 60 to 80% of the people who are going to discover us are discovering us online. So how do we develop trust through a screen? How do we do that? And what are the digital tools and software that we can use that's going to enable that, right? So it's super important that we learn how to do this. And we also have to recognize that trust has to be earned over time, and it has to be protected. So there's different software that we use in order to do both of those things, okay? That's why it's called a tech stack, right? One thing is never a silver bullet. Now, the integrity or the components of trust are transparency, honesty, sensitivity, consistency, and above all else, probably the most important one of all, is establishing an emotional connection through a screen most of the time, right? So these are the things that we want to keep in mind. That emotional connection is so important because people have two things that influence their decision making: the way they feel and the way they think. And the one that influences them so much more is the way that they feel. 150% more, 1.5 times more impact the way they feel has on what decisions they're making and what they're going to purchase than what they think. So it's not about facts and figures and dollars and cents, even quantifiable clarity and color and cut. It's about the way they feel and how you make them feel and how you learn how to do that through a screen, right? So trust, again, is earned and it can be broken. So we're going to look at both these challenges and how we're going to be able to do them online and offline. Now, why? Why trust? Why is trust so important? Because we're businesses, right? And the number one way to be a sustainable business is to be a profitable business. And to be profitable, we need to sell more, higher revenue, right? So why are we having this whole conversation around trust, consumer confidence? Because when they trust you, they share their personal information with you. Just like in a store, over the counter, when you say, oh, you know, when did you get, oh, you went to Ibiza for your honeymoon, and you get this trust, and they start sharing information. Oh, and my daughter is due in June. You get a little bit more information the more they trust you. So trust isn't in and of itself an end. We want our consumers to trust us so they share information with us, especially online, right? We want them to click that allow cookies button so that we can use that personal data to create personalized experiences. Personalized experiences have a higher percentage of conversion rate to sales than generic experiences. by a significant portion. So we want to make sure that we can create personalized experiences, even if we have one store, even if we have no stores and we're online only, even if we have 10 or 20. We have to serve up an experience that is as personalized as what they expect from Amazon or Nike or any other experience that they're constantly being delivered at a high level that we're in competition with, that they expect. So we need to deliver those personalized experiences. Why? Because personalized experiences are what yield more sales. And actually, one study, and my asterisks are all on the bottom, and by the way, at the end of this, there'll be a QR code and my email address. We'll send you the whole PowerPoint, so you have all these facts. But feel free to take pictures anytime, just let me know when you're taking them. So 87 billion more sales. The more personalized, the more you're gonna sell, right? So even if you don't have, a heart and a soul and you really don't want to serve your consumer, you want profit, you got to do this. You got to figure out how to build trust, build consumer confidence. So that's why I'm on the stage today. And that's what we're going to talk about. And you can't build trust by telling people, you can trust me, buy from me, you can trust me, you can trust me. Have I convinced you? Did it help? No, we've got to show that you can trust me, not tell, right? Us telling isn't very good. We'll talk about other people telling and how that's very good in a little bit. So 65 to 80% of people, some people are up to 85 now, some of the studies that I consume, are going to discover you online. Long before they ever meet you, long before they ever talk to your customers, see your product in person, right? So how do we operate through this screen in order to convince them or show them that they can trust us? So we've got a lot of opportunities along the journey that they take. And I call it the consumer journey. Lots of people call it the consumer journey. So we're just gonna whiz through this. What's the journey that they're taking, and where are all the touch points along that journey where we can show them how they can trust us, right? Because first they have to get an idea. I need a gift. Ooh, and maybe it's jewelry, right? I need to get more information. What kind of jewelry do I want to buy? From who? From where do I want to buy it? How do I want to buy it? Do I want to buy it on shoppable Instagram because that's easy because my credit card's already in there? Or do I want to go on a website? Or do I really want to try it on? And then they'll make the decision that they want to buy, right? That's number 3. Let's see if we can get there. They'll buy it, maybe any one of those ways. And we want to make sure that we allow them to do it whatever way they're comfortable. And then they're going to receive it. Maybe they're receiving it over the counter in the store. Maybe they're waiting 3 weeks. Maybe they're coming back to pick it up because it's been personalized with a monogram, right? And if you did everything right along that consumer journey, then they're going to recommend you to the next person. And they're going to become your brand evangelist, right? And then the wheel continues, right? Someone else says, oh, you suggested Sarah. I'm going to go to Sarah's shop and buy. And then the wheel begins again. Idea, information, buy, receive, recommend. All along this journey, they're interacting with, it looks really linear here, but they jump in and jump out of this wheel wherever they want. And they're consuming information along this journey, both online and offline. I want to get this next slide up to show awareness, consideration, purchase is a lot like idea, information, buy, receive, and recommend, right? So this is online on the top here, and on the bottom is offline. So there are so many touch points, and we won't go through them all, but I'm just gonna bring them up on here. So many ways that you interact and discuss and deal with your clients online and offline. And every single one of these ways gives you an opportunity to show them how you're trustworthy and to use technology to make sure that you underpin how you're trustworthy successfully, right? But look at how many more dots I put on the top of that line than on the bottom of that line, right? Because if they're in a store, if you have a store, then you have that opportunity in real life. And there's a few other things on the telephone with your customer service people. There's a few other things. But there are a lot of opportunities, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to display how you are trustworthy through a screen, okay? So how do you get there? First, you have to start with where you are. Every single one of the businesses represented by this audience is at a different point in their digital transformation. And in our industry, it's running behind many others, right? So you have to first start with where you are. And your number one port of call is your website. That's your house. That's your store online, right? And 40% of small businesses don't even have a website. I like to tell this story about how my husband wanted to start doing yoga. And I live in the country next to a chicken farm and a cow farm. And I Googled, I went everywhere. I found a place 45 minutes away. We drove, we did the yoga. He was like, thanks, babe. We drove back. The next day at the village hall, Phyllis tells me, oh, I do yoga at the village hall, 2-minute walk from your front door. I said, Phyllis, I've been Googling for 3 weeks trying to find yoga for my husband. Why don't you have a website? My business is too small, she said. And I thought, your business is going to stay very small, right? So you have to invest in, you are important enough to make sure that you have a website, number one. And now we're going to look at the details and the components of that website that we want to invest in. And reviews and testimonials are worth their weight in gold. A third party who needs nothing, wants nothing from us, validating or telling us, showing us how they feel about what has happened is 10 times more impactful than having us say, oh, you can really trust us, you can really trust us, you can really trust us. Social proof cannot be undervalued. Hi, Elle Hill here. Do you want to learn how to get on the phone with any buyer that you want to work with without an introduction or a referral? Click to get them downloadable that we've made for you that you can start using right away and will be really useful for your business and growing your revenue. This is a great example from Saskia Schutt. Those words that I clicked through the screen, the transparency, the authenticity, we're going to talk about how we're delivering those and showing those as we talk to our consumers online, right? Saskia is being transparent here. I'm taking your information. Are you happy with that? Would you like to change your ability to manage your cookies? Do you want to accept it or do you want to reject it? The power is yours. You're driving the truck, I'm serving you. You have the option and the control. That level of transparency gives people confidence that you're going to continue to be that transparent with them and that they can trust you. Then let's take a look at, this is another example where, again, the privacy policy is included straight away, the ability to accept or reject, the ability to pick and choose. Giving the consumer power over what you do and do not do with their data is super important. Asking for permission to communicate with them is also important. Is anyone in here on LinkedIn? Does anyone get DMs saying, hey, I sell diamonds, do you buy diamonds? Hey, I sell it, do you need a virtual assistant? That's a big one, right? Do you want those messages? Did anyone ask you permission? And do you immediately delete and block them? Because that's what I do. Ask for permission and give incentive. It's okay to encourage people. Join our newsletter and we'll tell you about the newest events first. You'll get advice a day early or you'll get 10% off if that's your business model. This great example from Futura, subscribe and 10% off your first order. Why not? That way we get permission to talk to them again and again and again into their email box, which is going to have a much higher, if we're lucky, a 20% engagement rate versus Instagram where we're going to get 0.06. Come on, let's encourage them and let's ask them for permission so that they can trust us. And let them communicate with you the way they want to and ask them, do you want to chat? I like to chat. I love a chat bot. I love not to go write an email, wait for a reply, instant. Chat, customer service, hotlines, telephone numbers, email addresses. Don't make it difficult to find. Make it very easy for them to communicate with you in the way that they prefer and to also communicate to you how they prefer so that you can use the messages, the messaging channels that they like to be spoken to on. And remember that when we see clearly, we trust our eyes, right? If it's raining and we can't really see through the window, we're not really sure what's outside, not until we go outside and look at it ourselves. We have to always remember that we're not selling jewelry. We're selling photographs. We're selling photographs of jewelry. So you need to invest in how you photograph your jewelry to the same extent that you invest in the quality control of the production of your jewelry. No one can read a crappy photograph. No one wants photographs of jewelry that are inconsistent, which makes you feel schizophrenic, even though they don't understand that that's why. The same angles, the same lightings, the same shadow or lack thereof, consistency across all of your vendors. It's challenging, I know, but it is essential because we are selling photographs and we are building trust. And consistency is what builds know, like, trust when look, touch, feel is not an option. Super important, the photographs on your website. This is an example of consistency too. We've been talking about the website a lot, but you have tons of digital touch points. You have newsletters, you have Instagram, you have your email marketing, you have social channels, Facebook, you have LinkedIn, you have your banners, you have your employee banners. I took this one example of Futura jewelry just because I'm wearing them and I love them, and they're lovely. And they're consistent. The colors, the fonts, the colors of the fonts, the way they present themselves, the taglines, every digital touch point, everywhere they go. If someone's on the fence about you or your brand or your store, they're going to look up you on LinkedIn maybe. And are you consistent with the brand? Or maybe you don't care and this is a side gig and no, I'm going to look for someone else. Make sure that you, your employees, your brand, we are all ambassadors for our businesses, right? And if any employee doesn't want to be an ambassador for your business, that's a bigger question that you have. Consistency is key. Let's see if we can get there. This is then another example, another page on Futura's site. It's their blogs. We still have the same look, feel, touch, style of photography, content of photography. In order to be consistent, you need to make a brand guide, a comprehensive brand guide that talks about your hex colors, your fonts, your logo, how it should be used, where it should be used, how it should not be used, that you can hand to any third-party service provider, like your Instagram expert, or somebody that's developing a campaign for you, your digital marketing team, the creatives. A comprehensive brand guide is essential. And reviews and testimonials are worth their weight in gold. So you want to make sure that you feature reviews and testimonials in your social, in your email newsletters, in your blogs. Anywhere you can highlight testimonials from your clients is going to benefit you and engender trust in the people that are reading them. Ooh, other people have had the experience, they're speaking highly of it. I feel better now. This makes more sense to me. Personalize everything. If I get a generic card and it doesn't even have my name on it, it doesn't feel like somebody cared as much, right? The more we feel like a business really values us and really wants us to buy from them again and again and really wants us to have great enjoyment with the pieces they buy, the more they're going to buy from us. So personalize everything. Invest in, you may also like, at the bottom of your screen, using the items that they've already spent time on or dwelt on or added to cart. I think I have to be close over here. Your email newsletter marketing, make sure it's consistent. This happens to be one for my own company. I do a lot of videos, so we put videos at the top of our newsletters. You know, why not have me in your inbox every other week, right? And make sure that at the top, I mailed this to myself, and it says, "Hi, Elle." And if you can get the name, you have the option to do this, and Jennifer does this a lot, our Chief Digital Officer, has the client's name in the subject line. That's going to increase your open rate even higher. Personalize everything. There's a fabulous company called Prodport that just launched that customizes and serves up a personalized product description page depending on the type of person that has clicked on it. So this example is not from our industry because nobody's using this yet, but I'm hunting for the person that will. This is about a smartphone. So if it's somebody that has hiking and they're outdoors, they're going to be served up this product page, but if they're a gamer, they're going to be served up this product page, and it's going to resonate with them. That's personalization that is unseen, but is engendering trust because the consumer feels, oh yeah, this is really for me, right? This is somebody who spammed me trying to work with me on LinkedIn, but at least they put some effort in. They held up a sign that said my name, which I'm sure was switched for the other 8,200 people that got spammed from this guy. Even my social media community manager said, oh, this guy made a cute video for you. I thought, I have a bridge to sell you. Your customer service representatives. Excellent customer service breeds trust. You cannot invest in this too much. And what underpins an excellent customer service experience, even business operations, is your CRM, your customer relationship management system. I'm gonna put a poll up next week because I want to understand, and I've been asking everyone who I've seen, anyone who's talked to me knows I've said, what's your CRM? And does it integrate with your email marketing software? Or do you have the ability to automate all of the things that I'm talking about that will engender trust in your client? Because if you don't, there is a huge lever for revenue growth that you are not pulling. It's like hiring a carpenter and not giving them a hammer. You need to make sure that you're underpinning your customer service, your business operations with the right technology, right? So customer service, there we go. And don't underestimate old school and the value of going back to IRL, in real life, manners and best practices. A handwritten note can stop the presses today. And empower your team with customized, on-brand, consistent note paper that they can do this. Make sure that everybody knows what a template is of what the right thing might be to say. That's on brand and in the tone of voice that's described in your comprehensive brand guideline document, right? So don't overlook the IRL old school ways of being polite and saying thank you and saying welcome. You know, we want you to come back. Social proof cannot be undervalued. I like to tell this story when I go out to dinner with my husband. I pick out a dress, I do my hair, the lipstick, the handbag, the shoes. And he said, oh, you look great. And I'm like, great, what time is reservation? And we go down, we sit down, and the waitress comes over and takes our order, and maybe she'll say, I really like those earrings. And I go, oh my God, thank you so much. I got them from Gabriel & Co. And my husband looks at me like I have two heads. He's like, babe, right before we went out, I told you how stunning you looked. I said you were sexy, everything. And you were like, yeah, what? A third party who needs nothing, wants nothing from us, validating or telling us, showing us how they feel about what has happened is 10 times more impactful than having us say, you can really trust us, you can really trust us, you can really trust us. Social proof cannot be undervalued. How do you get that social proof? You encourage people to post about us on Instagram. Use this hashtag. Let everybody see that we have a tribe, we have a community, and they're all enjoying the experience, and they're coming back again and again and again, right? Encourage that social proof to happen. And listen to what's going on out in the internet and metaverse. Right? You can listen by using social listening tools. Before there was the internet, we made sure to listen and ask questions to the people in our store. Maybe we had surveys, maybe we just talked, but now there are social listening tools. And a bunch of the businesses, the service providers and softwares that can help you with this are there. You want to listen to what's being said about you. You want to control the narrative about your business and your brand, right? And you can't be part of the conversation if you don't know the conversation is happening. So you can use software to make sure that you're hearing what people are saying, because you want to engage, you want to answer every comment, you want to thank every review, you want to focus the spotlight on the people that are talking about you, whether it's negative or positive. Show up and answer, no matter whether you were there or you found it with one of your listening softwares. back over here. And let them shop how they want to shop. People trust you when you don't say, but you got to do it my way. You can trust me, but you got to do it my way. I need you to come into the store to pick it up. I need you to go on the website in order to get the email sequence that's really going to make you feel valued, because we don't do that if you buy in the store. No. You have to let them consume you however they want to consume you, whether that's through shoppable Instagram or your website or in store. And you better have a CRM system that's going to make sure that there's a seamless, unified customer experience, no matter whether they transact in the store or on Instagram or on your website or at a trunk show, right? So let them shop wherever they want to shop, and make sure that you have the technology in order to deliver up a seamless, unified customer experience, no matter where that transaction happens. And communicate value. Make sure that they understand all of your policies, how you're going to behave with them. Make them clear right from the outset, because 92% of consumers say an easy return, an easy, clear return policy convinces me to make a purchase. If I can't figure out what it is, I'm not buying it. So make sure you communicate your return. This is a great example, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You get a back smile. You know, icons are a fabulous way to do rapid communication and are underused in my humble opinion. Be transparent with them. Anything changes, let them know. Make it easy to find these things. Make it easy to have a shipping label included. You don't have to get a printer out and go to the store, and we're going to pick it up and bring it back. Make it easy, and 92% of the people are going to say, yep, I'm going to convert. I'm going to make that purchase. And engender loyalty. Don't just hope it happens. Reward it. You know, if you refer a friend, then we service your watch, or we give you a discount, or whatever fits in with your brand ethos, tone of voice, and the type of business that you've set up. And when you're in store, don't forget that technology can underpin the experience there too, right? So it's not like all of a sudden you have to put down everything. They're walking through the store usually with the phones in their hands, right? So control the narrative. Put a QR code next to every piece that's going to tell you more about the artisan that made this piece, where she lived, how she found the stones, and how she supported Fairmine Gold. Whatever is part of who you are, make it easy for them to find. Don't make them Google, does any competitor have this piece and what is the price? Is the price good? Give it to them. Show them. Make it easy for them to compare and see, not hear, not be told. Show them that we're going to give you everything. This is going to be as fun as when you're sitting on your computer and you can open up another tab and look up Susan Grau Battle, right? Make the store use the type of technology that's going to make it fun to be in the store. You have an asset, it's an experience, right? But make sure we gamify it a bit as well. Directories. This is a super important way to validate yourself. This harkens back to my yoga instructor, right? Make sure that you capture and you have your business on these directories. It validates you. It says you're a real business. You're not going to take the money and run. It helps people find you when they're on Google Maps and they want to search you up. So take a look at also get in touch with your local chamber of commerce. Are there other places where you can have yourself listed so that people can feel the trust of the validation? Be members in AGTA, WJA, AGS, RJC. Be part of the community, right? And give back to it as well. So always remember, it doesn't matter where you are, online or in real life. Consistency is key. So you have to be very thorough. There are a lot of places where your name is. If you can't maintain, update, and consistently service something, shut it down. Don't open up every single social media handle in the name of your store just so you can squat on it and leave it sitting up there like a dusty old cough when somebody goes to look at it. Do one. Do only what you can maintain and service to the level that you would do it in your store. Otherwise, you're going to be sending that inconsistent message that breaks trust. And just like consumer acquisition costs are much higher than what it costs to increase the lifetime value of a client, earning trust back is much harder than earning trust the first time around. So protect it and monitor. Go back. I encourage everyone, one homework assignment, go look at your own website today at some point. with fresh eyes and see how people are seeing you. Because how many people say, oh, no, that's not really, huh? Make sure that you're consistent. And the whole point of you can send me an email if you'd like to have any get this PowerPoint display. But the whole point and the biggest takeaway that I want to leave you with today is that trust equals access to personal data, and personal data equals the ability to create customized, personalized experiences. And personalized experiences drive $87 billion of additional revenue annually 2 years ago. Thank you. If you like that video, you're gonna love the next one. It's full of our expertise and tips on diamonds, gemstones, and jewelry, growing your top line revenue, and business strategy. Just click on the link, subscribe, and hit the bell button so that you'll be notified of our next videos, and give us a like. Bye for now.